Okay, Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So for this lesson, we're going to be going to need three things. We're going to need spray adhesive. We're going to need roll of paper towel, preferably Viva. I like Viva because it's very, very soft. We need something that's going to simulate the texture of t-shirts. Okay, and we're going to need a t-shirt board here. So basically, what we're gonna be doing on this lesson, we're gonna go through airbrush control, okay, gun control, basically. So you're gonna learn your line work. You're gonna learn a lot of things. Let's just jump right into it. Okay. Okay. So what we got going on here now is we have shirt board. Now this is a regular foam board. Let me see if you can get in there. Okay. This one is made by Elmer's. Just a regular foam board. You cut it out. You want to round the edges here, or you could just cut it, scissors, and clip it. But you want something that you could place your t-shirts on eventually. We're not going to be doing that right now, but what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to spray a quick layer of adhesive. We're going to take our paper towel. Okay. You don't want it lifting on you. You want it to be as flat as possible because you're learning control at this point. You're learning technique, so I don't want you to have any issues. Make sure it's nice and flat. Okay. Make sure you have that nice and flat. Center it. I'm gonna grab our airbrush. Again, this airbrush here has a quick disconnect setup, so I'm able to, click it on and off. What we're going to be doing with the airbrush, okay, down for air, back for paint. Down for air, back for paint, okay? Do it slowly. Down for air. Keep your finger on the air. Don't let up on it. And then ease in. And then you want to ease in for paint. So it's down for air. Keep your finger on the air. Let it flow. And you're going to pull it back slowly. You want to ease in for paint, okay? Let's try it on the surface. Down for air. I want to see how we're able to see this. I want you to really be able to see this. Okay. Down for air, ease in for paint. Okay. Down for air. Hear my air is continuously flowing. Okay. Ease in. Ease in. Ease in. I really want you to ease in. This is an exercise I want you to take your time on. Okay. Okay, you see that? Okay. So then, until you get comfortable with that, okay, so what I'm doing is I'm easing in for air, pulling back for paint. Okay. Again. Okay. That's all I want for you to learn right now. Just get comfortable. Don't worry about doing one hand. That'll come eventually. I'm sure you could do it, but I want you to gain control because for the other exercises, you're definitely going to need two hands in the beginning. As you get better, obviously, you go with one hand. Down for air, back for paint. Keep your finger on the air. Pull back slowly. Okay. I want you to do this. Okay, so we can just flip this over. After you get comfortable with that, okay, what I'm going to want you to do next is get a consistent line. Okay. I want you to be able to get a consistent line. Now that you've mastered easing in for paint, get a consistent line. Okay. Look at this. Learn how to hold a consistent line. That's your next one. That's your next exercise I want you to do. Okay, easing it for paint. After that, maintain a consistent line. I need you to maintain it during the straight line aspect, during the curve, and during the swirls. Once you have that control and you're comfortable with it, then we can move on to the next. Okay, so we have 2 exercises down already. The third exercise is going to be keeping the same distance from the surface. Okay, and we're going to go a thin line to a thick line without breaking it. It has to be a continuous line from thick to thin, thick to thin. Okay. I don't know. Maintaining the same distance from the surface. You don't want it to break. It's barely it's barely connected, but it's connected. Keep the same distance. I don't want you going back or a little closer. No, don't do that. That's going to be your next exercise. Right now, it's just to maintain the distance without breaking it, because I want you to maintain control. Okay. After this exercise, then I want you to go thick to thin, in and out. I'll say that again. Thick to thin, in and out. As you go thin, you're going closer to the surface. As you get thicker, you're pulling away from the surface. Okay? Thin, moving closer to the surface. Thick, you're moving away from the surface. You see that? I'm gonna go close. Try it again. Okay. That's what I need you to do for this lesson. And go back and forth between them. Okay? Go back and forth between all 3. Do your ease in. Okay? Your ease in. Okay? What? See? It's not as easy as it looks. Do that over and over and over until you get real comfortable with it. You just want to get airbrush control. Once you get gun control, or airbrush control, we call it both. Let's say gun control. Once you get gun control, you'll be ready to start, going on. You'll be ready for the next phase at that point. But right now, this is very important for you to gain that gun control. Without that, you're not going to really, get the most out of your learning experience and, actually training with the airbrush. So get this exercise down. You're building muscle memory. You're building coordination. This is very, very important. And this is, it's built up over an accumulation of these exercises. So take your time, do it, get used to it. And then once you're comfortable with that, we're moving at your own pace. I'm not putting a time frame on this because everybody's different. If you feel you're comfortable with this within a couple minutes, within a day, within 2 days, within 3 days, within a week, whatever pace you're working at, work at your comfortable pace. Because once we move on to the next phase, then there's lots of things that have to be learned, and it's going to require lots of gun control. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.